Okay, good morning. Shannon said to start off with gratitude. So I guess I wrote that down here and I need to do it more myself as work on gratitude and just kind of thinking about that every single morning. Um, so the first message that you could send to yourself, like in Messenger for your own gratitude, you can voice this or type it out or write it down on a piece of paper. I don't usually write it down. So sometimes I voice it to myself, but I don't do it every day, honestly, but I need to get better at it. So for gratitude, how about you just write it on paper or type yourself a little message and send it to your own messenger. So you can say, message yourself, you are deserving, you are worthy. You can write this down with a piece of paper. I usually don't have paper by me. And when I do, it's just like a notebook that um, my kids have drawn through. So I'm not really a paper person because I usually honestly lose the paper. So you can write it down, you can voice it to yourself in Messenger. I thought of that because I was like, oh, I could start doing that, send myself a message and tell myself how I'm deserving and we are worthy, and we're capable of whatever we set our mind to. So go ahead and do your gratitude. And then I did have another person hopping on. I don't know if she's on just yet. I wonder if I could get on my phone. Anyways, Roxy Kennedy was going to share a little bit through messages. Um, she was going to go first because she doesn't have a lot of time. She usually gets her kids up. So I don't know if Roxy is on or not.
Before we go into Roxy, I just want to tell everybody about the email that was on today about the finale promo for January. $25 preloaded credits. All customer and promoter accounts created from this point forward will be preloaded with $25 in credits and 50% first order bonus. So definitely that just came into the emails today. There's a $250 social media challenge. So definitely be checking that out as well. And go ahead, take it away.
Yes. So just remember, any new account created will get the $25 loaded, plus they'll have to use it before January ends or that credit will disappear. So make sure that you don't have to tell people, hey, there's $25 in credits, you want to create an account? You can just do like a simple giveaway and have people create their free account. And then a couple of days later, then you can say after they've created their account, you can just message them, hey, you created your account, you have $25 that you could use, but you can change it up however you want to put that. I was supposed to write info on that too. I wrote down, but then I just kind of ran out of time. And I was like, oh no, I'm supposed to do it this morning, but I'm here. So Roxy ish, I don't know. Shannon, does look at Roxy Kennedy's on?
I am. Hello.
Yay, Roxy. I'm just going to let you kind of share because you said you only had a little bit of time this morning, and then you can just pop out when you're done sharing.
Sounds good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good. Okay, sounds good. So I'm just going to go through a few things, you guys. Good morning. I hope you guys like my awesome robe here. I haven't quite gotten ready yet this morning, but I wanted to share with you. So Star and I have been working really closely the last few months, and I feel like there's just so many things that we can learn, even from sidelines, uplines, downlines. So something that's really helped me out tremendously is utilizing lots of other people. Trying to get verbiage from what other 200K leaders say and stuff like that. So that's been really helpful for me. And on top of that, like 3 ways are so important, you guys. Like, I know everybody says it, but it's so true. And if you feel like your business isn't growing or whatever, try utilizing some different leaders or use 3 ways. Like, I cannot stress that enough. And then messages, like I feel like the story archives in Facebook gives us like unlimited leads with people to talk to. If you ever feel like your story views are low or whatever, go into your Facebook story archive and go through the people who have viewed in the past. You can go back, I don't know how far back you can go, but go to the people who have viewed your Thrive stories or people who have ever voted on your polls. Go to their page, love on their stuff. If they have a story, go through their stories. Message people. Like, it's just so important. Like, when people say millions are made in Messenger, it is so true. Like, that like over the last few months, I've consistently been able to get minis out every single week, and I've signed on a few new customers and promoters, and it's because I've been adding to my network like crazy, and I have been messaging. Another thing that I do that has really helped me get minis out is I'll message people who view my story, like a Thrive story, and say, hey, happy Monday. Thank you so much for viewing my story. I'm just super curious. Have you ever tried Thrive? And I've gotten quite a few minis out that way. Some people are like, yeah, I didn't like it, or yeah, I actually thrived through my friend or whatever. But I've had a few people who are like, no, what is it? Oh, and then I go into it and I send them a mini, and I actually got a new promoter that way. So you just never know unless you ask. Like, I mean, it's kind of scary at first, but literally this is what I say. Hey, thanks for viewing my story. Happy Monday. I'm super curious. Have you ever tried Thrive before? Just leave it at that. They might say yes, they might say no, but hey, at least you know you asked the question. They viewed your story, so they must be curious about something. And then really just going through putting polls in your stories that are non-Thrive related, and the people that vote on them, whatever it is, message them and say, hey, thanks for the vote, blah, blah, blah. This was my opinion on this, or whatever. Just get a conversation going. Obviously, they voted in your poll. They are willing to have a conversation with you. I just cannot stress enough how important it is to get into people's messenger. And stories are the way to do it. Go through stories. Make sure you're going through other people's stories and commenting on their stuff. They put it up there. Obviously, they want somebody to see it or comment on it, give them a compliment. People want compliments. People want to be uplifted right now in this crazy world. People want encouragement. People want positivity. Give them that through Messenger. That's just so important. I cannot stress enough. 3 ways: utilizing your story viewers. Yeah, I don't know if I have anything else.
I was trying to unmute. Thank you, Roxy. I think those are a couple things just to really focus on, and I've really used those too, and they've actually really helped. Just like they said, Roxy, they've helped Roxy. So, Roxy, thank you for helping on quick.
You're welcome.
Go get those quick
questions or anything, but
Can I ask Roxy
Okay.
a question before she jumps off, just so we can get 2 points of view on this?
yes.
Well, it's a 2-part question. First part is, when do you bring up the conversation about Thrive? And the second part is, what do you say if they are like, no way, forget it?
Okay, that's a good question, because something that I do make sure when people view my stories and it's a Thrive story and I go in and say, hey, have you ever tried Thrive, or I'm curious, blah, blah, blah. I go into our Messenger conversation and I see if we've had conversations before. That's the only way that I bring up the Thrive thing. I don't do that to a brand new person that I've never messaged before. So then if I've never messaged them before, I go to their stories so that I have an in to message them, because I try to get at least a couple messages in before I bring up the Thrive thing, just because I don't want that to be our first conversation. And then I've had people who are like, no way, that's a scam, that's blah, blah, blah. And then I've had people say, oh, I've tried it, it didn't work for me, it made me this, it made me that. I'm like, oh, thanks for letting me know. I was just super curious. I hope you found something that worked really well for you. Have a nice day. Leave it at that. Does that answer that?
It does. Now, with a new person, how
Mhm.
many conversations do you have before you actually bring up what you do?
I'd like to have at least 3 or 4 back and forth, not even having to be a full conversation. Even if I just reply to their story a couple times, then I'll feel comfortable. Or if I can get them to vote in one of my polls or something that's non-Thrive related. But really staying on top of their page and their stories so that your stuff starts to pop up in their feed and their stories. Does that make sense?
Awesome, it does. Thank you so much.
Bet. Any other questions? Otherwise, I am going to try to stay on and listen. So if anything does come up, I can try to answer later on too.
Okay, it sounds like no other questions for now. If they have any other questions of what you said, I'll just kind of, Roxy, where are you? No, okay, thank you, Roxy, so much. Guys, so what Roxy went through is basically those 3 ways are important. Make sure you use those. You utilize an upline, 12K or higher. And if you're not sure who that is, make sure you just kind of ask your sponsor. If your sponsor isn't in it, ask the person above that. And if you don't know who's above that, then shame on your sponsor. They should have did a 3-way message or call when they welcomed you to the team, and you should know who your uplines are. But if you're in this on this Zoom, your uplines are mostly, well, probably Lisa K. Fuller, for one, Stephanie Grotchik, maybe Brittany Strike, any of those people. And one important thing that I still tell myself is no person is too busy. So you can always ask for help, and they're not going to know you need help until you ask. And I still tell myself a lot that too. So I'm talking to myself, looking at myself on a Zoom, and I'm telling myself it's okay to ask for help. Not everybody is too busy, and don't be scared about it, because I used to be there and I'm still kind of scared sometimes, but I just send the message anyway. I need help. Okay, so the next thing I was going to go through for messages is, okay, I thought I unmuted myself or muted it. Is birthdays. Birthdays is an easy message to get into people's inbox. So what I do is, I don't know if you'll be able to see this that well, but for birthday messages, I have a saved birthday message that I send to people for a year, because I made one and then it's good for a year. And I usually send it on the day, because if I don't send it on the day, then I just forget. I know a lot of other people send it like the day before or the day after. Well, I do it on the day. However you do it, as long as you send it, you sent the message. So good for you. So this is what I have on here. So I'm going to message myself, and I just bring up my saved video. I go to my albums, and then on my saved albums in my phone, I don't know if you see that, but there's a birthday message on there. And I just click on that. And then I'm going to send this to myself. So it's just me actually singing to them. Yeah, I did that. At first, I did not want to sing to anybody, but no, it's just cute and like simple. And I think I used maybe like a Snapchat thing and then screen recorded it and then saved it. But yeah, I just send that. So I send those messages on the day. And then when people reply, I just have them, usually they say thank you, because who else doesn't say thank you unless they just give a thumbs up? Then I just don't say anything because they don't want to talk to you usually. But so I send that, and then when they say thank you, I just have, text replacement is super good to have when you're doing messages. So text replacement, so I just made it this morning. I usually just do the same thing, and it just pops up in my, whatever it's called when you're typing, and then it just kind of pops up, and I just click it and click it and click it. And then I just usually say, you're welcome, and did you make any fun plans to celebrate? So always end it with in a question, so then they always feel like they should respond back, because even if I send, or somebody sends me a question, I want to like send an answer, because we love giving people our input. So I just made this morning and put it in text replacement. I put ZZBWEL. I don't know if anybody used text replacement, but if you do, kind of put a 1 in the chat, so then maybe I can see it if I know how to see it on here. If you use text replacement, because it'll go so much faster. So I did text replacement. You probably can't see what I'm doing, but then my text replacement comes up and it's right there. You are welcome. Did you make any fun plans to celebrate? And then I just send it. And don't worry, I send it to myself, not anybody else. So birthday messages is an easy way to get in people's inbox, whether it's the day before, the day, or the day after. And then the next messages that I was going to focus on are when people interact with your Thrive post. So whether they like it or love it or comment on it, I always send, maybe I should open up the chat. Oh, I found the chat. Can you guys still see me? This is like my first Zoom I've done in a long time. So Christina said, I need to do the text replacement. It would make things so much. Yes. So Christina, I said that for the longest time, guilty. But when I finally started using it, oh my gosh, make sure messenger messages so much faster to send, so easier, and it gets you feel more comfortable doing it because you just click in a couple letters and you press send, and then it's already sent instead of typing this whole thing out and then trying to make sense of how it reads, and then you read it over and then you erase it and then you're just, I don't want to send the message. So text replacement, I think, will help you be more comfortable with sending messages out. And if you don't know how to do the text replacement, um, there's a video somewhere that Brittany Strike did. It might be old, but it's still a good one. She'll show you how to do the text replacement. I was going to try, but I don't know if you can see my phone from my inabilities to Zoom and show you how to do it. But you should definitely learn how. The next thing, oh, so when I said interact with Thrive Post, I took notes because if not, I'll squirrel. So my reply message would be, I put for text replacement SS support because there's no word that has 3 S's in it in the beginning. So Roxy says she thinks it's in the Thrive to, oh, that's right, Thrive to Survive page. So you guys can go look in Thrive to Survive and find that video, or maybe I can write that down and try to like put it in the Zoom post Shannon made, like in the comments. Maybe we can do that. So I'll write that down.
Yeah, for those who are not into the Thrive to Survive page, we can get that into the Dream Team comments for you.
Okay, so Shannon, do you want me to put it under Thrive to Survive or the Dream Team?
Put it under the Dream Team. That way everybody has access to it.
Put video text replacement. Sorry, I have to write this down because I will not remember. Put video under text replacement in Dream Team. Okay, I wrote that down. Okay, text replacement, so important, saves time, and if you send it, it's already sent. So if you are like I was when I first started, I was like almost crying to send messages out to people, just because I wasn't comfortable in my own skin, comfortable what I was doing just yet. So if you're there, that's okay. It's normal to be scared and afraid. Just know that when you do send that message, that's a little win for yourself, even if you cry after you did it. Because yeah, I've done that. Has anybody else cried after they send a message or sent 10 messages? It's normal, I promise. Just do it anyways. Oh, thank you, Shelly. She put on your phone, you can go to settings and then general keyboard and text replacement. And before you get to that, I forget a lot. Maybe open up your notes, type out the phrase that you want to put in your text replacement, copy it, and then go to settings, general keyboard and text replacement. Oh, good. Somebody else put in for Android users. I use the TextSpan app and it is so simple. If you have any questions for Missy, you should ask her because I do not know how to use Android. Okay. So Roxy said 3 ways, and I want to focus on 3 messages. So I usually start a 3 message when I have a person interested in getting a 3 sample. So I have them with their account first, and then I get it all sent out, and then I check that I did that, and then I've been using Roxy for 3 messages. So what I do is I just set it up, and I usually voice this because you can get more comfortable using your voice in Messenger because your voice is like powerful. I know I never used to use it, so if you're not to that point, that's okay. But when you use your voice, it's more real, and they can hear your excitement. Just like you hear mine now. If I was just typing this all out, you wouldn't want to read everything I'm saying, and it wouldn't make sense because you might interpret it in a different way than I meant it to get to you. So I also put like a text replacement in my phone for this because I was gonna somehow share it on here for you guys. Oh, maybe I can type it in here. Oh, yes, I can. Okay, so this is my text replacement for setting up a 3-way message. Something similar to, I lied, I text replacement on my phone, and I'm on my iPad. I'm a genius. Anyways, so what I would say is, hey Julie, this is my friend Roxy. She's been in this business just a bit little longer than I have. We are both in here to help support you on your next 3 days of your mini experience. So if you have any questions, feel free to open up this chat and ask. are both in here to help support you. So I focus on just saying, this is my friend. She's been in this business a little bit longer than I have, because I don't need to know how long you've been in the business. And then I just go into opening up. This is just to help support you. This chat is for support for you to have questions to come to us, because they should have questions. Like, if you remember when you first started, I had so many questions in my mind that I should have asked. And I don't remember if I was in a three-way or not. No, I don't think I was, because I ignored Joni. I ignored her. I didn't want to I don't want to answer any of the messages. But when a person is in a three-way message, when she stuck Roxy in there, I was like, oh my gosh, I really have to answer her. There's another person in here. I don't want to look bad. So three-way messages are the way to go. Three-way validation. Okay, and the next thing on messages I had on here, quickly, I just did this like 10 minutes before I started on this Zoom. So if I'm missing anything, there's probably something I missed for messages, but I wanted to talk about how I color code my messenger. So I don't know if any of you do it, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but so when I am looking for a certain person, I use colored hearts. And what I do is, for potentials, I use pink. So I go in my search bar in my messenger, my Facebook Messenger, and I put my pink heart. I'm going to try to put the chat. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you guys can see this, but can I make myself bigger? Nope, don't know how to do that. Anyways, if you can see this, I typed in a pink heart and I had a list of hearts come up. Pink hearts, because those are my potentials that have ever liked or loved or commented on Thrive or asked me about Thrive. So all my pink hearts are potentials that not have had a sample just yet. And then if I am trying to find one of my samplers, I always put an orange heart in front of that message. So I'm going to put an orange heart in front of that message. And then, like, I don't know, you guys can let me know if you see this or not, but I use orange hearts in front of their name, so then I can find them in my messenger. And for me, this really helps because I'm not good with paper. Sometimes I write stuff down, but most of the times I don't. So if you're a pen and paper person, you can write it all down, make your list. But I always have my phone, so I always try to color code it and make it easier for me. So the orange hearts are for my samplers. Also for my customers, I put green hearts in front of them. So I have a ton of green hearts in here. And I just go to search and I click in my green heart. Does anybody else color code their messenger? I just find it super easy for me to get to people that I'm finding faster. What did Roxy say? She said, okay, voice text is powerful. She taught me that. Yes, use hearts emojis too. Oh, I didn't think about emojis. It helps organize. Yes, definitely helps me organize because I'm not really that organized. Somebody asked me how do I do it. I'm like, well, I suck at paper and pencil. I do. My phone is what I usually have, so I just usually use that. And then yellow hearts are for my promoters, and then red hearts are for people that have an account with somebody else that's trying to get free stuff from me. So I put a red heart in them just to stop myself from giving them Thrive stuff. So I didn't have red hearts until just recently because there's many people coming back into my inbox, which is okay. That means I'm doing my job, sharing Thrive, and I'm getting them to like me and know me and trust me. But make sure you also are being compliant. And if they have an account with somebody else, for a customer, it takes 3 months for them to get switched underneath you. If they're a promoter and haven't had any sales or been active, it takes them 6 months. So please remember to be compliant and put a red heart on that person or a red stop sign so you know that person is somebody else's and you want to be respectful and send them back to where they came from. So does anybody else have any questions? That was all like the notes I took in the 10 minutes before I started this about messaging people. There's probably more stuff I can go over, but does anybody want to unmute? Or Shannon, do you have anything that you could lead me to talking about?
The same thing basically that I asked Roxy. When do you start the conversation? What do you say when they say no? How many conversations do you have?
Okay, so mine's a little bit different than Roxy. I just recently got out 16 mini experiences because I did take her advice. And what I did was I went to my story archive and I messaged all of the viewers, whether I messaged them for the first time or for the 10th time. And what I put was, thank you for viewing my story. Would you be interested in a 3-day mini experience? And I sent that, like I went back in my archives, 2 or 3 steps, 3-step stories ago, whether that be a month or it was 2 weeks, because I try to put my steps in my stories every single day, and you should do that too. So then you can message people if you want. But I talked to another person and she wasn't really on board with doing that, but I pushed her to message all of those viewers, even if it was the first time, because she said that's considered a cold message. And I probably used to think that too, and would have been scared to send it. But if they're viewing my 3-step story, that just tells me they're interested, whether they are or not. And to me, that is not a cold message. So it kind of seems like it, and it looks like it. Like in your messenger, it's the first person or first thing that you contact, you put a message in there about it. But that is how I got 16 minis out, 5 new customers, and 2 potential promoters by doing that. I just told myself, my old self, I would have probably pissed my pants, not send the message, and just like wussed out. But I'm more confident now, and but it was only people that had viewed my story. So if they viewed it, they got that message. If they seen it or I wrote or polled on it or voted a poll, they got that message. So other times I like if it's just been they're viewing my lifestyle post or my lifestyle stories, then I don't message those viewers. But if they're viewing my 3-step story or if they've commented on my 3 steps post, they're getting a message about maybe trying a sample. Story archived and message views would be interesting. Yes. Story archive. We all have it. So if you're not sure how to get there, we need to make sure that you learn. I don't know. When I was showing you guys my phone, could you even see what I was showing you? I could try to show you how to get to the archive from an Apple phone. If anybody wants to.
It was a little blurry, but I could see that you had words up there.
Okay. So if anybody would like me to show you how to get to the story archive from an Apple iPhone, you can put it 2 in the chat. And then if anybody puts it 2, and then I will try to show you. Because you need to know where that is. That's how Roxy said to start. That's how I got out like 16 minis. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys. Excuse me, sorry, that was probably really loud. I apologize. Okay, so first I go into my Facebook. Okay, and then on your Facebook, remember this is from an Apple iPhone, so it might look different on an Android, but there are 3 little lines on the side of your profile. That's probably really blurry, but it's right here, right there. You're gonna click on those 3, they're not lines, they're dots. Click on those 3 dots, okay? And then I'll click up a sidebar. You probably cannot see this. Oh, you can kind of see it. And it
Yes,
says
turn your brightness
archive.
down just a little bit on your phone. It'll help.
My brightness on my phone or the brightness on my ring light?
The one on your phone.
Okay. Thanks, Shannon. She's like a pro with this. She's always doing things. Okay. Oh, found the brightness. Okay. So I turned it down. I don't know if that's better. But you see where it says archive?
Yep.
You're going to click on that. Okay, good. Click on archive, and then it's going to come up like this and look like you did something wrong, but no, you're in the right place. And then you're going to click story archive. And it still looks like you did something wrong, but it just takes a minute for your archives to load. And as soon as my archives load, which takes a little bit of time on this side of my house, but those are going to be your saved. There it is. Those are all my story archives. So you can go through your stories. Up, down. There we go. And find where you have 3 steps at. And the more you put 3 steps in your story, the more viewers you're going to have. So that's another little thing for you to remember. And when you're talking about your 3 steps, people are going to see it. If you're not posting about your 3 steps, they're not going to know anything about what you do. So put your 3 steps out there. So I haven't done a lot about my 3 steps lately. I've been working on a giveaway, but here is something that I did. So I just clicked on this. I've been working really hard on my weight loss. Oh, it changed. Anyways, you just click on that, and then down here it says viewers, and then you'll click on the little viewers. Maybe if I can do it backwards. There, I clicked on viewers because there's like a little down caret or down arrow, and then you're gonna see who all viewed your story. And then if they viewed your story and you were asking about samples, then I would message all of those people if they would like a sample. But oh, another important thing is when I send those messages, the last line, the last sentence I put along with that was no biggie, if you're not interested, I just figure I'd ask anyway. So I put it like that. It's okay if you want to say no, because some people wouldn't want to tell you no or ignore it. So I just say no biggie, if it's a no, I just figured I'd ask. So that's the last sentence I put on those messages. I think I covered that, right, Shannon? You said, when should I message them? I showed you how to find the story archive. Does anybody else have any other questions?
How many conversations do you have with a new person before you bring it up?
Okay, so I guess it depends, but my thing is, I think Lisa brought this up, like the rule of 10. So if you look in your inbox and you have 10, if they've messaged you 10 times, then I send the message. Hey, I know we've been talking for a while, but I don't know if you know what I share. I share these 3 steps. Have you ever thought of maybe trying a sample? Or have you ever thought about what I did and wanted in more information, something like that? Yes, Roxy said, go live in your stories and talk about how it has helped you. That's another powerful thing, to go live in your stories. If you don't know how to do that, how I do it is I start with Instagram, because you can use a hands-free setting, and then I usually save it. So on Instagram, there's a hands-free setting that I click on. You just saw my dirty closet. Hands-free, and then you can record yourself for a minute. And I know Roxy has her Instagram story and Facebook story connected. I used to have mine connected, and then somehow they're not, and it won't let me reconnect them. I'm not sure why. So that's easier too if you connect your story. Some people say that they do. Some people say don't do that because it messes up your algorithm. But I just want you to do what's ever easiest for you. So if I say do this and you're like, I can't do that, but you can change it up. Just make it yourself, make it more comfortable, and make it work for you. Can I share the exact mini verbiage? Like when I am offering a mini to somebody that's viewed my story of like the 3 steps?
Yes.
Okay. Hi. Good morning to whoever that is. So again, I do have it on my phone. So let me just pull it up so that I can just tell you exactly what it says. So I'm gonna open up my notes and I'm going to use my text replacement. So it just comes up. I just have ZZ viewer. And then I honestly just say this. Oh, thank you, Elaine. I'm glad somebody likes me. I feel like I'm just talking to myself and talking about a lot of nothing. Okay, so whenever somebody views my story, like in my 3 steps. This is how I send out verbiage for a mini experience. So I put, hey there, thanks for always viewing my stories. I'm sending out some samples in the mail or in the morning and wanted to see if you'd like to give it a try. I have 3 days for however you sell out your minis. For me, it was only 10 because I had like 40 mail outs on my on my back office. So I have 3 days for $10 right now. I know you're gonna love it as much as I do. It's helped me with energy, with my boys, and losing unwanted pounds. If not, no Miggy, just had to ask. So I don't know if I can get on the Zoom on my phone and then just put this directly into the comments. Because if I was listening to myself, I spoke that way too quickly, and you did not have time to write it down.
Maybe put it in the comments on the Dream Team.
Okay, I'll write that down. Okay.
This has been awesome, and you're not just talking to yourself, and everybody's enjoying the information.
Okay, great. Thanks for letting me know that. Sometimes you need to be talked up a little bit because sometimes you're uncomfortable like I am right now. It's okay. Thanks, Shannon. That felt a lot better. And Elaine for putting that in there. In the
proud of
chat.
you for doing this. This is your first Zoom you've ran, so I'm very proud of
you. Okay, put the viewer text replacement. Again, I'm going to write this down, but if I forget, please don't be mad at me because I don't usually use paper. Shannon will say, hey, she'll remind me.
Don't worry, y'all. She's my side sister. I'll remind her.
And Dream Team. Okay. That's how you would do that. Does anybody else have any other questions about anything?
If you have a question, please unmute and ask, because this girl, like she said, she's gotten 16 minis out in the past like week and a half, 2 weeks. So definitely ask the questions.
Yeah, and that was me being yes. So somebody.
Yeah. So you said you turned them into orders, or
yes.
So how did you do that? I mean, just like I always wait 2 days and then say you don't want to miss it. You know, you don't want to run out. Let's get your order in. So how did you do this?
Okay, so I had that 3-day mini person and I threw a message. And another thing for me that I'm working on, I learned it from an upline. I'm taking their courage and their confidence when mine confidence is kind of like, oh, I'm not sure. I go for the sale as soon as they feel it. So as soon as so I check with them 2 times each day. So day 1, I message them in the morning. How simple were your 3 steps? Make sure that you eat with it. And then might say they're already feeling energy, or then I message them later also about lunchtime. And then usually that's when they start feeling it and they say, oh my goodness, I feel amazing. I don't feel as tired. I skipped my nap today. I didn't have my cup of coffee, or I'm not as hungry. Anything that they shared that we know that those 3 steps are working, that's when you say, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. Let's know what, let's actually, you want to know what their goals are. So the first question I ask them, whether it be before the 3 message or during, are what their goals are. So you have their goals. Even if they ask you how much it is, anybody that's listening, Elaine, if they ask how much it is, I don't answer that like the whole month. I ask them what their goals are. They tell you. And then you say, thank you for sharing that with me. Sometimes that's just difficult for somebody to share. So I'm really proud of you for sharing with me your goals. And then you ask their budget. And this is when they start feeling it. Because usually they'll feel it day 1. Some people don't, but as soon as they feel it, an upline told me just go for the sale because you don't want to wait. They feel it. They're loving it. They're feeling amazing. And then I just say, thank you for sharing your goals with me. And now I know what your budget is. So I'm going to customize the package perfect for you. And remember, and I didn't know this in the beginning because I didn't know. If their budget is $50, please work for that $50. Don't say, oh no, we'll have to wait till next month because you need the whole 4 weeks. They don't need the whole 4 weeks. So use whatever budget they have. And if you don't know how to create a package for them, that's when that upline in there. You message them in another chat. Hey, how can we work with their goals and their budget? What is the perfect package for them? And that upline is also in there to help you find the package for them. And then you'll go back into that 3 message and voice it. Hey, for your budget for $50, this is what I recommend getting, whether it be if they want energy, maybe have them get the capsules, which is $60, but maybe you can throw in like $10 in credit. And sometimes the upline helps get that price down a little bit, and then you get them their capsule order. If you have extra samples on hand, which I don't anymore because I got a ton of minis out. I usually then just send them a 3-day sample from the website, so they can have at least the 3 steps if they ordered. If you can do that. If you can't do that, if you're not in a good place, don't feel like you have to. So, Elaine, pretty much you go for the sale as soon as they feel it. That was a lot longer than it should have been, but hopefully I got it across okay.
Great.
Okay, I was trying to pull up chat to see if anybody else had any other questions. Again, I don't usually use my iPad, so I'm like, oh my gosh, where are all the buttons? Okay. You're welcome, Alyssa. I'm glad these are great tips because I feel like, did I plan enough? I only planned 10 minutes before this, but I've been doing this for a little bit, so I kind of pulled out some of my thoughts in the back of my head. Thank you. Thank you so much. That really helps. It helps to praise people, even when they're doing a Zoom, because you're like, oh my God, I'm doing this by myself.
Hey, I want to share with you a conversation I'm having this morning
Sure.
with a customer.
Okay.
I'm trying to help her thrive for free.
Yes.
And she has one customer under her, but now she's wanting to put that customer's dad or grandpa under herself instead of her customers. And I can't make her understand that that's how it works. She's getting mad at me because she said, I'm wanting to thrive for free. I said, well, if you keep her thriving and get you another person, that helps you in the long run. It just takes time. She's wanting it to happen overnight.
Okay, so this is what I would tell her. I know that you want to be thriving for free, but just think, when you get this person thriving for free, they will have an order that's automatically going to go through next month because they'll have credits. And then whether she's thriving for free or not, she's going to get paid off of those 2 orders because she got thriving for free. So that's 1 customer referral, 2 customer referrals. So that's might be at least a 4-week package. So that's what, $20 to $30 on each of those. And then she's also going to get that thriving for free credit order from that person. So that's like 3 orders instead of just 1. So she might not be thriving for free, but when you help other people thrive for free, your business is going to grow. You're going to get new accounts, you're going to get new faces. And another thing that I didn't write down, but is super crucial, when you have people just starting out, or if they just jump into their 4-week, I want you to ask them to post on their Facebook and tag you in it. And then that's another reason why I got so many minis out, because people did that and my network has seen my face so many times. I still add to it, but I need to add more and get better at it. Guilty. I need to start adding more to my network, but you crack into their network when you have them post on their Facebook page and then have them tag you. So I hope that answers your question, Angela.
Yeah, she's I'm trying not to get frustrated with her. It's like she's being really, really stingy. You know what I mean? That's the only way I know to put it. She's being super stingy. She is just a customer, so she's not getting paid on the order. She's just trying to thrive for free.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood that.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, so can you go over one more? Can you tell me your first question again so I can make sure I answered it correctly, or I can answer it differently? Ask me that.
I was just wondering how you would deal with somebody like that. Because I think I'm fixing to lose her because she's made the comment that she feels like she's put more into this than she wished she hadn't started Thrive because she's put more into it than she's getting out of it, but she doesn't realize she's getting a lot out of it and how she feels. And I can't make her understand that.
Yeah. So I haven't had that just yet, honestly. But maybe if you start getting referrals and you already are thriving for free, maybe you can put a couple of your people under her, um, trying to make that customer happy. You can also do incentives for them too. Um, are you having her make Facebook posts? And you did say that you were having her do that.
Yeah, she
Um,
does Facebook posts, and this past month I gave her free shipping. Well, I gave her free shipping the last 2 months, but I don't have any more credits right now.
okay. Well, I just want to let you know you're doing a great job. And sometimes our great jobs turn into feeling horrible because you're not making somebody happy. Just remember in the end that you're doing as much as you can. And like for me, I can't really tell you what to do right now because I honestly don't. So this is when you could reach out to like you are now, or you can reach up to an upline, or you can like I think just Shannon said something about the team chat. You can just kind of put a screenshot of your conversation with this person that's kind of being a little turd. I call them turds. And then you can just ask them in your team chat how they would respond to it. And it might help you have different suggestions because that's what exactly what I do. Sometimes I take a screenshot of the message. If I don't, I'm running out of ideas, or you might just need to put your phone down a couple hours and just leave her on like, I need to wait 2 hours, set your alarm on your phone. Now I can go back to that message. You might just have to like wing yourself from her a little bit.
And always remember, no matter how much you do to help somebody, not everybody is going to take that help. It is not on you. You are doing everything right. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So you're doing great.
Thanks, ladies. Yeah, this conversation just started this morning, so I haven't had a chance to reach out to my upline yet.
Okay. And yeah, it's okay to just leave that message unread and get back to it later. I honestly had to do that with a person like a couple days ago. I was like, Roxy, I just can't handle it. I was like overly tired because I was working out way a lot and I'm trying to push myself to the limits. And I was like, she's like, it's okay, Star, calm down. Just put your phone down for like 2 hours and then go back to the message. And that really helped me honestly with my own self composure because we all get out of sorts. We're human, and either mommies or grandmommies or aunts or dog moms, we all have our moments. So put your phone down if you need to.
We have another question from April M. What do you do when you
Okay.
have asked multiple times for a tagged post? They still won't do it. What do you do about that? Maybe it could be for either a promoter or a customer when you ask them to make a post and tag you in it and they don't want to. What do you say?
I guess it can go one of two ways. So have they been ignoring you, like not messaging back when you ask, like the messenger is like crickets, or they're just replying, they're gonna do it and they're gonna do it. Okay, so I'll start. If their box is crickets and there's nothing else happening, I like to go into the message where I say, hey, Karen, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't offend you in any way. I'm just super excited about helping you share your story because it's super powerful. And I'm sorry if I offended you. So that's if their inbox is crickets. If you're asking for them to tag you in a Facebook post and they don't have time, um, I like to just say, oh, that's okay. Let me make this easy for you. I get a pre-made picture of the 3 steps or one of the 3 steps, and I say, you can post this. And then if they've shared your story with them, type out their story. And then you can put your story with your picture. And then here you go. I made it easy for you. So you can just pop this in whenever you have a couple minutes, because we know it only takes us a couple minutes to copy and paste and save a picture and post it to your Facebook. So you can just make it as simple for them as you can. If they still don't want to do it, then maybe just move on to the next person that's ready to work with you. Remember, just work with people that want to work with you.
I know when I have a customer that starts trying the steps and they just, they absolutely love it, I get into that messenger and use the voice and, they hear your voice and they hear the excitement, it makes them excited. So I'm like, okay, great. You're feeling this awesome. Now let's get your friends to feel this awesome too. Who do you got for me? And then we'll make that list and then I help them with a post.
Oh, another thing is, Shannon, you just reminded me, if they don't want to make a post because they're too frightened or scared, that's okay. Maybe you can say, well, let's try this. Let's do a message and you put me in a message with 3 to 5 friends. And you can also add, when 2 of them make free accounts, then you can have a free rest packet or like a free sample. You can say free sample because if you have anything left over in your collection of stuff in your kitchen like I do, you can send them something for just opening up the 3, like a message in Messenger, adding friends of theirs, and then putting you in there. Excuse me, that's another option. I hope that helped. Oh, I'm trying to find the chat again so then I can see if Chris said it helped or not.
Like Miss
Okay.
Elliott says, is it worth it? Gotta work it.
Yes, you need to work it with the people that want to work with you. If they're not ready to work with you, then go to the next person. Our time is valuable and we know our products are amazing. So just remember that. Okay, I'm just going back through chat. I might have already answered some of these questions, but what do you do
We
when
have a
you
lot of good tips in the chat for people with like incentives and things like that. And to, just
awesome.
keep posting and sharing, which is true. You've got to stay consistent and you can't expect to be consistent for a week or more and then have immediate results. Sometimes it takes years. It took me 14 months before I even hit 4K. You just got to not give up on yourself and do the work.
Oh, guys, that's another thing. Guess what rank I am? I don't have one. Guess how long I've been here? Over 3 years. Doesn't matter what rank you are. It doesn't matter where you are. It just matters how you share it and get people to like, love, and trust you. And it's taken me, don't put this in the back of your mind, it's going to take me 3 years because it took her 3 years. We're all different, okay? So I've been in this business just over 3 years in January 18, I don't know, but it's been over 3 years. And I know a lot of information, but I don't care what rank you are. Everybody can bring something to the table.
And it's been basically the last year that you've really been hardcore, consistent. So
it just took me that long to realize that I can do this and I'm confident. And then I'm doing this for myself or for my kids.
And
if the person says no, thank you, then I just go to the next person. Like, it doesn't hurt my feelings anymore. Before I'd be like, oh my God, they told me no, and I'd go cry. Like, I honestly would go cry. I'm just sensitive. I'm I'm an introvert, but in this business, you need to be extroverted. And I think the biggest thing that helped me this year with my confidence level and being sure of myself and knowing what I want is not the gratitude I do every day because I forget to do that. It's the retreat I got to. And I earned that retreat. And guys, I wasn't a rank, but I know how to do the things now. And I went for this retreat and there were certain points for different actions and I just was like consistent with it. And I think I had missed it in the beginning, but something made me get there because a couple people didn't go. And then I got to this retreat.
It was only one person that couldn't go. You were right there on that list, the very next one. And guys, I was on that retreat with her. And what she did at that retreat was she, scared or not, she opened up and she let us help her. Every single person that was there helped one another. And we've had a millionaire there all the way down to no rank there. It doesn't matter who you are or what rank you are. Each person can help one another. And this young lady right here helped me in ways that she'll never know. And since that retreat, I've seen her just bloom and blossom, and it's been a beautiful journey.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, that retreat, Doesn't matter what rank you are, just do the damn stuff. And you will realize that the people that you're talking to on the other side of that phone or the other side of the Zoom are actually really people. They have struggles just like you do. We're all human, and anybody can get to anywhere they want to be. Doesn't matter how much sales you have or how dirty your house is right now, because mine's a mess. Okay, any other questions before we end this? My boys are about to like start running in. I'm crying because it was so exciting to get there and actually meet people that they're really real. I'm not saying you have to go to retreat, but I'm just telling you that's what changed my perspective. I met the right couple of people.
Absolutely.
Or
And
the right
Roxy
people.
was there. The one who was on earlier with Roxy was there. Tammy, she's on the Zoom. She was there. I mean, we had several people there, and our special guest was Amber Manquist. So that was just like amazing in itself, because in all honesty, I was terrified to meet her because I
Yes,
thought she
Tammy,
was,
hydrate in your eyes. Sorry.
yes,
you learned
hydrating
that.
your eyes.
It's okay. It's
Absolutely.
okay to hydrate your eyes. Love that.
You know, you think these people are untouchable because of some rank they are, but they're not. They're just amazing. I mean, she was in the other room and I said, I can't remember what I was talking about, but she heard the words, I can't. And she came out flying. She's like, oh no, we don't say that. And she just was like really into it. And it was awesome.
Okay, so one last thing I'm just going to add here. There was a long time that I didn't have confidence in myself. When you don't have that, I want you to borrow somebody else's confidence, because there was somebody that got my messenger and she inspires the crap out of me. And she said, how are you doing this? I really need to borrow your confidence. So what I did was I just pushed her. And I told her, I didn't like push her, make her fall down. I just told her exactly what I did. And I told her, I want you to go to your viewers. I want you to message every viewer that viewed those 3 steps in your story. And I want you to send a message. And she's like, oh my God, I don't think I can do this. I'm like, then you need to borrow my confidence. You need to do it anyways. And because she reached out, because you need to reach out when you feel you need help or you need inspiration, or you just need to borrow somebody's confidence. So good job on her for reaching out. So make sure you reach out, okay? If you didn't learn anything else on this Zoom, you need to reach out when you need help, because we don't know if you don't ask or tell us. And she messaged all those people, and she comes back to me almost in tears, crying, like excited, happy tears. She's like, oh my gosh, I just got a paid mini out. I haven't got a paid mini out in for so long. So just, if you don't have confidence right now, borrow others, borrow mine, borrow Shannon's. Borrow somebody's confidence that inspires you. So just make sure you reach out, even if you need help yourself, and it's okay to ask for help. I still have trouble doing that sometimes, but that's where I still need to grow more as my own person, asking for help. I think that's all.
I appreciate you so much. We are out of time. We're going to be dropping some stuff in the Dream Team. Give me a little bit to get the recording up. If you don't see it today, it will be tomorrow. I am at my daughter's house, so I'm not on my actual computer, so I get to just figure some things out. And I'm going to spend a little bit more time with my grandbabies before I worry about that. This Wednesday, you will have me, and Tiffany is coming back. She's feeling much better, and we're going to be doing some more ingredients for you guys. And I mean, we've just got a lot of good stuff coming up for the rest of this month, and some good topics for next month as well. Like Star said, just do it. Closed lips don't get fed. Open your mouth and let somebody help you. Nobody is going to talk down to you for needing help. And if they do, let me know their name. I got your back. Until then, thank you. Thank you, Star.
Hey, I won't be able to get a couple things in the Dream Team until after I get home from preschool, which is after lunch, because I got to get my boys up and get teaching.
That's fine. Everybody can be patient. We love you.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.